Looking for Feral Druid gear you can snag in pre-patch that lasts until Pre Raid BiS? Then my spreadsheet is exactly what you're looking for. It covers all the PvP gear with the cost per item in honor points and marks, how long each item lasts on your way to 70, which items replace them, where to get them, and of course the total number for just armor, weapons, and everything combined. If you're unaware of the PvP system changes that pre-patch brings, I'll cover that with an extra little secret tip later in the video, and also if you're interested in an explanation of the spreadsheet, the color coding and that kind of stuff, that's also later in the video. But for now, let's crack on with the gear in pre-patch that can last you until Pre Raid BiS. Alright Feral Druids, this video is covering both DPS and tank gear, which is a little bit different to the way we've done other guides so far. Sadly, this is because the itemization and overall usefulness versus longevity of the level 60 PvP gear is a bit all over the place when it comes to Feral DPS and tanks. First up are the only two solid Feral DPS items that are worth grabbing in my opinion, the Warlock Gulch Braces and the Arathi Base and Shoulders. Both are relatively cheap to acquire and last until 68 and 66 respectively. A tip for the Alliance here, you can replace the Shoulders with a quest reward at level 67 that ends up being your top pre-BiS shoulder, so it's worthwhile going for that when you can in the Shattered Halls. Next up are the Feral tank items. Though there are a few more of these and they do function okay as DPS items, I'm not going to recommend them as DPS unless you're already planning on doing a load of PvP and have really bad gear at 60, and even then, I still think you're better off grabbing early quest rewards and dungeon drops whilst in Outland. The Warlock Gulch Braces mentioned before are still a great choice here and can see you through to level 68 when replaced with either a quest reward from Alkandun or from a long quest line in the Shadowmoon Valley. Next up is the PvP chest that lasts until 70. You might get lucky and find a replacement with decent itemization as you're leveling up on your way to 70 anyway, but this is the first easy competitor from your pre-BiS list, that is the heavy Cleft Tooth Vest from level working or the Primal Strike from level working, depending on your situation. Then we got the PvP head, which is also a decent item that lasts through to 67 when you place it with your top pre-BiS, Helm of the Claw. Also, for any Feral DPS still watching, please don't waste your time or resources on the PvP head, as your absolute BiS is still going to be the Wolf's Head Helm. Next up are the Arathi Base and Shoulders mentioned before, that covers both DPS and tank druids. However, tanks are only going to get use out of this until 66 when replaced by an old Hillsbrad item. I still think it's worth picking up though, as it's a multifunctional bit of gear. The PvP boots are decent and last through to 66 as well when you can replace them with a quest reward from Blade's Edge Mountains. If you're skipping questing though, this could see you through as far as 69 when you probably want to pick up something a little bit better like the heavy Cleft Tooth gear from level working, which is high up on your pre-BiS. And in last place are the Warlock Gulch PvP legs, one of the most expensive items on the list that takes you through to 65 when you then replace it again with more heavy Cleft Tooth from level working. But if that's unlikely for you depending on your leveling strategy, these can see you through as far as 67 when you can then grab alternative legs as a reward from a quest that is part of the prereq for the Alcatraz Key quest line. The traditional rank requirement for gear is removed, as is the reputation requirement for rep gear. Instead, you accrue honor points for participating in battlegrounds, and each battleground rewards you its own respective mark. It's 3 marks for a win and 1 mark for a loss. You save those points and marks up to then spend on PvP gear. So that secret tip is that you can build up your reserves of honor points and battleground marks, which stack up to 100 by the way, in preparation for when you hit level 70. Then you can head straight to the PvP gear vendor and snag some seriously powerful gear the moment you dig, which can get you some Pre Raid BiS or better gear instantly. So the spreadsheet is laid out from left to right to show you the level 60 PvP item name, the item slot, honor point cost, the number of marks and which battleground you need to target to get those marks, a link to the item in the TBC Classic database, and then the name of the most solid item upgrade that you'll get in Outland, the earliest level that you can get that item, again a link to the item in the TBC Classic database, and then any comments that are worth bearing in mind and possible alternatives that you should consider. I've also got some color coding and effect as well, as I'm always updating these spreadsheets for all classes as part of my ongoing feedback from the community or discoveries that I make during my research. Green is for items that are strongly recommended. Yellow are still decent items but don't last quite as long as the others. Orange are recommended but they have comments worth considering. And finally, red for items that would be green and definitely worth picking up, but I'm holding out with a little bit of skepticism over these items and further research is required. If you can help out with these, please drop a comment or contact me on Discord so I can make further amendments as we go along. If you've got any items that I need to know about, please drop a message in the comments or ping me on Discord so I can take a look and update the spreadsheet as needed. Be sure to share this resource with guildies and friends as I'll continue making my way through all classes and the relevant specs. Subscribe to see more videos, drop a like or dislike to let me know how you found the video, head over to Twitch and drop a follow to catch me live, and hopefully I will see you next time. Peace!